Welcome to Rodus Live. I'm your host, Rodus, and the name of this episode is My Crab Life at Jackson State University. So this is about my freshman year at a SBCU. So I was happy to be going away to college, but that was not my initial plan. So school days had came out that year. The year was 1989, which is the year I graduated from high school. I graduated at 17 years old, but my entire life I've been given responsibility. So I was a C student. C, I don't care. C, I'm just doing enough to get by. C, I'm doing just enough so I could get outside and, don't be on my mother bad side. Yeah, I just did enough to get by. Until one day, because I had it made up in my mind that I was going to the military. But the only thing is, if you're not 18, you can't go to the military. You need somebody to sign for you. And my mom, she wasn't going for that. And Desert Storm it happened right after that. I'm not saying that I'm glad I didn't go because that was my first choice because it was part of my initial plan. But that wasn't an option. So my mother, she basically gave me an ultimatum and told me, like, look, you're not going to the military. If you don't go away to school, you're going to be homeless. I don't care if you're 17, you've been with these same students your whole life. They're going to be going away to school and you going away too. So that's what it was. So by me having C's on my transcript, it might have been a little difficult to get in, so I had to get a letter of recommendation. I got a letter of recommendation from this Alpha. He was an alum at Jackson State, and he was in charge of my junior achievement program that I attended while I was in high school my senior year. So shout out to Barney McWater, who vouched for me. But I hadn't took no SAT. I haven't took the ACT. And at this time, the ACT was a requirement. So I took the ACT. I got a good score, a very good score. I don't want to tell what it was, but I got a very good score. I actually took it twice, just so my counselor didn't think it was a fluke. I got the same exact score. The grid, if you put the tests on top of each other, all the answers was exactly the same. So I took the ACT. I had all C's on my transcript. That's gym, everything, you name it, art, music, just straight C's. So I actually love to leave for college around this time, which inspired this episode. So my mom, she was pregnant with my little sister Rocky. Shout out to Rocky. And the day after I left to go away to school, she had her. So I didn't get driven to school. No. I had to get on that Greyhound. It was a 24-hour ride. I wasn't scared. I was kind of motivated. I was gassed up from school days. And a lot of people from my high school, they was going to Jackson State as well. So matter of fact, my locker partner in high school for 4 years, Shout out to the homie Calvin Roach. He was there. A lot of my brothers from high school was there. Phil Clay, Kenny Clay, Matthias Cooper, Jerry Haney. Just a whole lot of people was there. Chicks and guys. So when I got there, I was like, wow, first of all, I'm tired. I gotta lug this big Foot Locker and my two bags. But it wasn't no thing. I had some of my friends who actually got down to school before me, and one of them was driving. They helped me to my dorm and everything like that. So the initial days they were smooth, but let's talk about move-in day. So on move-in day, I met my roommates. So one of my roommates was from Greenville, Mississippi. His name was Sapphire. And then my other roommate, his name was um, what was his name? Eric. That was his name. He was from Wisconsin. He was a Marine. Shout out to him. But the thing about it is, both of these guys was older than me. And they was like night and day. So they actually got to the room for me before me. So I actually had to, you know, get in where I fit in and kind of barter a little bit so I could be comfortable as well because it was my room too. You know what I'm saying? So as far as dorm life and the routines, um, it was a community head. You know, man, my dorm was live. It was like the projects. Like people was playing music. Um, people left their doors open, stuff like that. People trading noodles and snacks and everything like that. But I was like I was like the floor barber, I was cutting everybody hair. I was doing eyebrow arches at Elizabeth Hall so I could feed myself. My parents sent me with some money, but my friends from the neighborhood, they send me away with a brown bag every semester, and I love those guys for that. Shout out to them. Rest in peace to my homie Tidra, and he used to look out for me all the time while I was away at school. You know, I used to call him and tell him about all the wild stuff that was going on at the dorm. Like, it was crazy. So, academically, I never had no problem. But my thing is, since I'm paying my money for this, I ain't gonna play around. So I was on the dean's list all while I was there. My strategy for studying and everything like that was it was so hot during the day and you had so much free time. I never went to my room. I just went to the library and, studied a little bit, knocked out whatever I had to knock out, and basically that was it. Other than that, I was hanging out on 1400 J.R. Lynch Street, hanging out in the yard. Um, when I went away to school, I had a girlfriend. Shout out to my high school sweetheart, Toya Russell. Like at my school, the ratio of girls to guys was like 15 to 1. And me being a youngin' that I was telling everybody I had a girlfriend. Like a crab. That's what crabs do. What else? I wasn't in no fraternity or nothing like that, but I was pretty much cool with everybody. But one thing that did happen, like the second day I was there, I actually sat on a Kappa bench, and I ain't know, I don't know nothing about no fraternity. Yeah, I saw school days, but if you're not in a fraternity, you can't sit on a bench, and I'm from the street. I'm like, hey, okay, cool. But, they was trying to get a little aggressive. So I told them, hey, I heard you the first time. So I had to be cognizant of what I was doing. But most of the time, you know, um, I talked to the girls. I hung out with my friends from high school. All of the things that my parents taught me was important because I took those things with me. I wasn't a follower down there. I didn't do drugs down there. Um, I drank a little bit, like every college student do, but no drugs. I ain't go down there to play house. Yeah, I dated and everything, but I ain't go down there to play house because I knew what was important, those grades. I ain't want to be homeless. Now, do I think my mom was gonna let me be homeless? No. But that was just her way of putting her foot down and standing on business with a young adult male. You know what I mean? So the first semester I made the dean's list. That was cool. Um, the football games, homecoming. Jackson State, we got the best band in the South, the Sonic Boom, the SWAC, baby. Yeah, we got the coolest band in the South. Better than Grambling, better than FAMU, better than everybody. Yeah, better than everybody. What else? Intramurals. Intramurals was lit. Everybody from everywhere. We was hooping. Lindsey Hunter went to my school. He graduated a year ahead of me, and he was real nice on the court. You thought he was quick on TV, man. In person, he real fast. Um, we was in the intramural championship, my team, and it was 2 seconds left on the clock. I shot the ball from the 3-point line from the baseline. It didn't go in. It came back to me. I let it go with 1 second. It went in, but they waved it off. But we really won. We really won. But yeah, intramurals was lit. Some of the challenges was I had to mature real quick. Like I turned in a paper to my history teacher, Miss Jeffries, and she was always hard on me because I used to always question. I used to challenge her, but it wasn't facetious. I just wanted to know. You know what I mean? And I did a paper for my history class on the 5 Black presidents. Man, I gave her the paper. She looked at the title. She tore my paper up. But me knowing my professor, I made 2 copies again. And then, I gave her the other copy. I went in my book bag and she was like, "You really gonna try to turn this in, Hunt? I've been teaching here for 30 years, blah, 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 blah." I was like, hey, look, check my references. Now, it wasn't no internet. Let's get that straight. Wasn't no internet. I had to type out my paper. Not no Microsoft Word, not no copy and pasting for any of the youngins that's listening. I had to go on a typewriter. I had to go to the library and actually cite and find my sources and everything. But when the book jumped out at me, I was like, man, this is dope because I really didn't know what I was gonna do my paper on, but I'm glad that I got that book. Um, you can Google the 5 Black presidents yourself and see who they are. And if you know any of the 5 Black presidents prior to Obama, he actually makes the 6th Black president. So y'all let me know if y'all know who the other 5 are. Put that in the show notes in the comments. So some of the academic challenges I faced was, you know, Like the teachers really pushing me. You understand? Because I got a calm, nonchalant demeanor, and sometimes it'll come off like I don't care. Well, at the time, it'll come off like I don't care, and that can't be more farther than the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because I did care. I didn't want to get kicked out. I didn't want to flunk out. I wasn't flunking out, for the record. So let me see. Yeah, man, it was a lot of girls. But since it wasn't no Instagram or no Facebook or no TikTok or none of that, your boy had to talk to females and get them 7 digits, you know, get that room number. But like I said, I wasn't there, but I was having fun. I spent a lot of time in a union playing spades. Now, if you can't play spades prior to the internet or even grown, I challenge anybody to a spades game. If you're nice with the spades, we're gonna have to hook up some, and get it cracking. But some of the things that I recommend any freshman, any crab at any school you go to, school is serious. Don't be a follower. Use credit cards wisely. Allocate your money properly. Go to the dean if you have any problems with any professor. Break up with your girlfriend before you go away to school if y'all not at school together. But now it's a little easier. You don't have to worry about waiting for a letter or nothing. You could FaceTime your girl every day. You could talk to her after class. She could be there right with you. So it's no excuses now. Let me see what else. You gotta find balance to study, work study if you got a job. I didn't have work study, but like I said, I was the campus barber. I was cutting everybody hair, doing eyebrow arches and all of that. Like y'all know, I am a licensed barber, but that's what I was doing when I was away at school to get my bread. But you gotta learn how to balance and prioritize everything that you got going on because you paying your money. You know, you're not there to playhouse. You're not there to get a McDonald's job or a Burger King job while you're in there. Yeah, you need money, but you know, don't overdo it. You understand what I'm saying? College, it really ain't no fashion show, but in a way it kind of is. But the thing is, just remember you there to get an education, be comfortable, and be prepared for the world when you leave there. So that's what's popping. So yeah. So in a nutshell, when you go away to school, you want to be responsible. Remember what's important. Have a school life, social life, balance. If you drink, hey, don't put your cup down. Better yet, don't drink. Don't do drugs. Walk away from your studies if you're getting overwhelmed by it. Don't indulge in drugs to finish school. And what else? Oh, when you're in class, ask questions. Take notes, asking questions, note taking, all of that stuff help you to be a good student and have good study habits as well. So I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. My crab life, my freshman year at Jackson State University. I had a lot of fun. I bagged a lot of girls. I excelled in my studies, and I'm a productive member of society, and I'm a proud alum of the Jackson State University. This has been another episode of Riders Live. Peace.